Hey guys, welcome back to ModLand. Today I've got something completely different for you. You know when you're playing BeamNG Drive and you just pick some random small house in West Coast USA, park your cars outside and pretend it's yours? Even though you can't go inside, there's barely any space and it doesn't really feel special? This mod completely fixes that. This is a full map expansion for West Coast USA that adds a massive luxury mansion right on top of a mountain. A private road, insane views, tons of space, and finally a place that actually feels like your own property. Let's check it out. Before we install the mod, let me quickly show you where this is on the vanilla map. Right here, above the highway tunnel. It's basically on top of the mountain that sits directly over the tunnel section. And it's also connected to that forest road that runs along the side of the mountain. So normally, this area is just empty terrain. No buildings, nothing special, just trees and rocks. But that's exactly where the mansion gets added. First of all, just look at this place. This thing is massive. The way it's built into the mountain, the modern design, the huge windows, the clean architecture. It actually looks like something straight out of a luxury real estate commercial. And from up here, the view is insane. Now let me do one thing quickly. I had to take the Aventador SVJ for this. I mean, if we're pulling up to a mansion like this, we're not arriving in a daily driver. So let's get on the highway first. And even from down here, for people just driving through the tunnel section, you can already see the house sitting up there on the mountain. Now, instead of staying on the highway, you can also reach it from this forest road right here. And this is where it gets even better. You pull up to the main gate, and there are actually two working buttons. One on the outside, one on the inside. Press it, and the gate smoothly opens. Such a small detail, but it adds so much to the realism. And then you just drive up this long private road all the way to the top. The whole approach already gives off serious, rich vibes. All right, let's quickly park the SVJ in front of the house. Wait, did you see that while we were driving up? Right there. There's actually a full helipad next to the driveway. That is such a cool detail. And it gets even better. Because on the other side of the house, there's a second helipad. So yeah, two helipads. This place is on another level. But we can't just leave the SVJ parked in front of the entrance like that. Let's move it. Hold on. That's a working garage door. There's a button right here. Press it, and it actually opens. And you can close it again from the inside too. That's sick. And inside the garage, there's even a small glass chill area with a lounge chair and ambient lighting. Such a nice touch. All right, let's head inside using the free camera. Right at the entrance, you've got a clean, open lobby area with a staircase leading upstairs. And just to mention, there's no furniture or props inside the house. But honestly, that's a good thing. Fully decorated interiors would absolutely destroy performance in BeamNG Drive. There's actually an indoor pool. And look at this. You can see the glass panels inside the pool. There's something down there. We'll check that out in a second. If you continue through here, there's another smaller room with a balcony area. And back towards the front, there's this really nice glass hallway. It leads to another exit of the house and gives you a great view outside. Over here, there's also a smaller side building. Unfortunately, you can't go inside, but it looks really clean and fits the whole luxury style perfectly. Outside, you've got two covered parking spots with wooden panels and really nice lighting. Almost like a high-end carport setup. And at the very front of the property, there are 3 additional parking spots, probably for guests. One of them even has a fuel pump and what looks like a small air compressor. That's such a cool detail. And if you noticed earlier, I already placed a Ferrari down there, so I'd say it's time to take it for a proper drive down the driveway. And I have to say, this driveway feels insane. Driving along the mountain, rock walls on one side, open views on the other, it really feels like you're entering some billionaire's private estate. And then, the road just opens directly into the house. On the left side, you immediately see 2 illuminated display spots. Then on the right, through another glass section, there's a massive underground hall. You could easily line up multiple cars on both sides here. Everything is beautifully lit, modern, minimalistic. Now straight ahead, 2 more elevated lighted parking platforms. Now if we turn right, on the left side, there's this single round display podium with circular lighting around it. But let's quickly check this side first. At the end of this corridor, there are 2 separate parking spots split by a massive glass wall. Such a clean design. All right, let's turn around, because this Ferrari deserves that round podium. Let's park it right here. Perfect. Now look at this. From outside, through that huge glass front, it literally looks like the car is built into the mountain. That has to be the best parking spot in the entire house. And if you go down to the road, you can actually see the Ferrari slightly from that forest road corner. Imagine driving past and seeing that through the glass. That's crazy. Now, when we drove in earlier, you might have noticed something near the entrance. There's also an outdoor pool area, with tons of lounge chairs, plants, and a really clean layout. Everything feels well thought out. If you walk further into the garden area, there are even more sun loungers with umbrellas. And at the back of the garden, there's another entrance leading directly into the lower garage level. And in one corner of the garden, there's a small table with a sun canopy above it. Imagine having breakfast there one day, with that view over basically the entire map. That's unreal. Now, if you continue walking around the property, you pass the second helipad again, and right next to it, a private tennis court. I mean, of course, every proper luxury villa needs one. And here's another cool detail. Behind the tennis court, in the corner, there's a large gas tank. Earlier, we saw that small fuel pump near the guest parking spots, and now it actually makes sense. That tank is probably supplying it. It's such a small addition, but it makes the whole property feel way more realistic. And of course, I didn't just install this mod for the video. I've already been having some fun with it. So let me show you how I'd actually set this place up. Starting at the entrance, those 3 parking spots at the top, I'd definitely keep those for guests, right next to the fuel pump. That just makes sense. The upper garage, though, I actually left that empty. I couldn't really decide what to put in there yet. But under the carport upstairs, that's where my daily sits. Now heading down the driveway. When you enter the lower garage on the 2 illuminated platforms to the left, that's where I placed my dream car, an E90 M3. And next to it, a Cayman race build. Those 2 just look insane on display. Then inside the big underground hall, I lined up multiple cars along the sides. And honestly, the space looks completely different once it's filled, especially with the indoor pool above. On the 2 rear podium spots, I placed an F40 and a GT2 RS. Just pure icons back there. And of course, the Ferrari stays on the round podium. It just belongs there. Now in the back section, those 2 separate parking spots divided by glass, I had a different idea. Since it's a bit more private and hidden, I placed 2 car lifts there. So it's basically a small workshop area. This might honestly be one of the coolest map expansions for West Coast USA I've seen in a while. If you enjoyed this kind of map expansion review, let me know down in the comments. And if you want to see more insane BeamNG Drive mods like this one, make sure to like the video and subscribe to ModLand so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.